So I've decided to stop chasing perfect content, and I'll tell you why. When I became a content creator, when I first started doing it, it was fun. It was relaxing. I didn't think too much about it. I just enjoyed putting content together. But then the more I started watching other content creators, I realized that I needed to step up my game. And that took it from having fun to being stressed out all the time, to trying to figure out the perfect shots for the perfect content. And I just kind of stopped enjoying creating. And then I decided that I wasn't going to do that anymore. And I was just going to put videos together that I enjoyed, and how it turned out was how it turned out. And the reason I say that is because I would shoot full days of content. I would have all this video, and there would be some videos I wouldn't like, or something about myself that I didn't like, or the way I talked, or the way my hair looked, and I would scrap the video because I didn't like the way it looked. And then that would stress me out because I then wouldn't have a piece of content to release. I didn't have enough time to edit. It was just not fun. So, when I decided to get back into content creation, I decided I wasn't going to do that. I was just not going to stress myself out. And of course, I got pregnant and I was stressed out. And that's why I decided to take a step back and focus on being a mom, focus on, daily life and figuring it out. And then I decided I really wanted to get back into creating again. And I started doing short form, which, if you've done short form, it is a little hard to break something down to 3 minutes. I'm a storyteller, I like to talk. So it was hard for me to do that. But then I started figuring that out. But then also, I started watching other creators and what they were putting together. And then I just started seeing the repeat of the same thing, these quick videos of these quick shots and these people telling a story. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I still want to be me. So then I decided to come back to long form. And I told myself, what is that going to look like? And of course, I am 6 months pregnant. So I told myself I cannot stress out about this. I cannot overthink this. I cannot try to say to myself, I need the perfect content, because that's just not who I am. So I decided that if I'm going to shoot content, I'm going to set up my camera in the way I want to set it up, and the shots I get are the shots I get. And how I look is how I look, because you don't need to always look presentable. Like, you can have you getting out of bed in your PJs and getting dressed. Your hair doesn't need to be done. Your makeup doesn't be done. Even showing you guys my messy house. Some nights I'm really good at cleaning up the front room. Other nights I am so tired that I am not doing that. So I show the messy, because I feel like for me, that's more real. I love watching other content creators that are just showing their daily life, that are showing those messy moments, those things they're doing with their kids, the times their kids are, whining and crying, and it's not all perfect. And I like that, because I feel like too many of us are trying to chase that perfect content, because we feel like that's the only way people are going to watch our videos. And for me, I just don't feel like I can do that, because I'm not perfect. I am messy. Sometimes I mess up. Sometimes I don't get the perfect shots. I don't get the perfect angles. And I think that's perfectly okay. I think for me, it's just more relaxing this way. I would overthink so much that, again, I would lose the fun I had in content creation, because it is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to just record what you're doing and put fun videos together so people can see what your daily life is, or the activities, or the travel, or whatever you're sharing is what you want to share. But I think we get it in our own head that when we start watching other people's content, that we need to be more like that. But what if your life isn't like that? I don't travel pretty much at all. My daily life pretty much looks the same. I wake up. Sometimes not before my daughter, but a lot of times I try to wake up before her so I have a little time to myself and I can relax and I can listen to a podcast and I can drink my coffee or I can read my book or play my little game on my Switch. And then when she wakes up, my life is consumed with her. We're playing, we're reading, we're watching a TV show, we're watching a movie. I am making her breakfast and lunch. I'm putting her down for a nap. Sometimes in the morning times we go out for walks. It's like those are my days. And every day pretty much looks the same. So if I ever wanted to, watch somebody else's stuff and say, oh, like I wish I could do that. Like I share a car with my husband and he takes it to work. So I don't have a car to go out and go do things every single day. I don't have the money to go to Starbucks or go to Dunkin' and get the perfect breakfast. And I don't have that luxury. And I think sometimes we get in our own head that that's what other people enjoy because that's what other moms and stuff are showing. It's like they're showing this like perfect morning with their kids and getting them out and going and doing things and getting their, Starbucks or their Dunkin' and going to Target and doing like these hauls. And it's like, I don't do that. Like, I don't make haul videos because I don't have the money to go out and just be spending money recklessly and, you know, doing all that. My life is just simple. And I actually like that there are more content creators that are showing just the simple everyday life, with them waking up and taking care of their kids and like every day is the same. Because to me, that's more realistic. And like I said, there's so many videos out there that you watch or that are just like always this, like they look the same. Like someone saw that person's video or someone's like, oh, you could put this video together on CapCut, and people are just like, okay, that's easy, and then they do that. And then when you're scrolling or you're watching videos, it's all the same video. And to me, I just don't like that. I like the more, hey, come with me and hang out with me in the morning or go shopping with me or let me chat with you about how my life is going. And to me, I like that more. And that's why I love getting back into long form and doing this again because I love chatting. I love talking. I love sharing. And that's just always what I've loved about being a vlogger is that your content doesn't need to look like everybody else's. Your content can look the way you want it to look and how you want it to put it together and what you want to share. And I think also as me as now as a mom, I'm trying to figure out what my content is looking like, with my daughter as well. Because a lot of the times I don't want to share her because I just want it to be my channel about me. But there's other times where it's like I want to share clips with like playing with her and feeding her and showing you that I am a mom because I am a mom. Especially now that I am 6 months pregnant with baby number 2. I want to keep creating after our son is born, but I also know that that's going to look different as well. I'm going to have to figure out how to set up my camera and how to film, with him and her in the background. And that's also something I like too now that I'm getting into like more mom content is the kids in the background playing or making noise or talking because again, I feel like that is like real life. And you shouldn't feel like you can't put that in the background or you can't share that because people aren't going to like it. It's your life. That's what your days sound like. And I actually like that. There are going to be people that don't, and that's perfectly fine. But for me, I like the background noise. And I try to like do that with my daughter as well. Like if she's awake and I have to film something, sometimes I'll just keep her like babbling or making noise in the background because I'm like, I'm a mom and that's just what is happening on behind me. So now that I think of, my son being born and trying to figure out how I want to do my content as well after he's born. Like, I just want to still share my life. And I think too many of us are chasing that perfect content. And that's why I told myself once I decided that I was going to get back into content creation and I felt like I was ready, after my daughter was born, I said, I can't stress myself out. I can't overthink it. I just got to create because I love to create. And I want to put videos together that is authentic to me, sharing what I'm doing every single day. And some people are going to like that and some people aren't. And I think that's perfectly okay. That's another thing you have to realize as well is you're not for everybody. There are going to be people who follow you that are like, I love your content. I love what you put together. I love what you're sharing. And there are going to be other people who are like, nope, you are not for me. Or they're going to make comments about your stuff. And everybody has their own comments. And that's okay. Like, if you're not for me, go ahead and move along. But my content went from sharing my daily life and going out and doing things to just being a mom and figuring it out along the way. And that's where I'm at right now. And I definitely like the mom content. I like the content that isn't about being a parent. But for me, this is the stage that I'm in right now. And I'm still trying to like figure it out along the way. Still trying to figure out what I want my content to look like and what I want to put together and what I want to film and how I want to share with you guys. But it's been fun again. And I think that's the thing for me that makes creating content worth it, is that it's fun. I like setting up the camera. I like sharing with you guys. I like talking to you guys. And that is what brings me joy. So I'm not going to stress about chasing the perfect content or, like I said, getting the perfect angles or getting the perfect shots. I'm just going to set up my camera and film what I can film and put videos together. I don't know how long or short they're going to be, but I'm okay with that. And I hope that my followers who have been here since the beginning stay, and I hope that new people find me. And hello, if you are new, welcome. I am just so excited to get back into everything. I'm so excited to just see what I can put together. I'm excited to just have ideas of videos and, everything that I can do. It's exciting again. So my tip for you is, if you're overwhelmed and you're overthinking things, stop chasing the perfect content, because I don't think content is supposed to be perfect, because life isn't perfect. Life is messy. So share the messy moments. Share what you want to share and what you love to share, and create because you want to create what you want to share and love doing that. Because creating is about having fun. And I think we all should just have a lot more fun as content creators.